McCarlan's through, he might go for it, still going, trying to barge his way through, goes to the shot, what a goal!
Arriving Rian O'Neill from an almost impossible angle, and that's the rousing score now we're looking for.
Conor Turbin kicks this one in, oh that's absolutely superb.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sideline Eye podcast. This is our club roundup show and we're looking back at all the action from the last couple of days. There was games on Thursday and Friday, so we'll review them all. Obviously they were mostly refixtures and that, so there wasn't that many games this week, but we'll look over all that were played anyway. With highlights from two games, a game in 1A and 1B. The Harps lost to Silverbridge on Friday night, while Ballymacnab lost to St Peters on Thursday night, and we have highlights from both those games. We've no interview this week, unfortunately, but we'll give a roundup of all the other games across all the other divisions. So as usual, we'll start with our Division 1A roundup, and Silverbridge took one step closer to a top 4 finish in Division 1A with a 7-point win over Armagh Harps on Friday night. 3 points was the difference at the break, but a goal from Sean Conlon with the final kick of the game opened up some breathing space for the hosts. James Walsh fisted over a score inside the first minute before Conlon levelled things up for Silverbridge. Finan Burns and Mark McCoy swapped scores, while the home side then nailed 3 on the trot with an impressive score from Pete Carraher, a part of that. The side swapped scores as the referee sounded the short whistle with Silverbridge ahead by 3 points, 0-6 to 0-3. In the second half, Burns and Aaron Duffy grew that gap after the turnaround, scoring a point apiece. Conor Lavery pulled one back for the Harps with a point from a free after entering the fray as a second half substitute, but Duffy cancelled it out with a score at the other end. Sean Conlon then fired home the game's only goal to give Silverbridge a 7-point victory, 1-10 to 0-6. Conlon hit 1-1 on the night and set up a lot of different scores throughout the contest. Aaron Duffy, Finan Burns and Sean Rock all scored 0-2, while Michael Traynor, Peter Carraher and Conor McArdle hit 1-1 apiece. The Harps had 6 different scores spread across the 60 minutes, all claiming 1 point apiece. James Walsh, James McCoy, Tom O'Keehan, Conor Lavery, Mark McCoy and Conor Murphy all raised white flags for Pascal Canavan's side. Clonard tasted defeat for the first time this season when they travelled to Greenmore on Friday night. Greenmore, who have already been relegated from the top tier, earned a 1-6 to 0-7 victory thanks to an Owen O'Neill 3-pointer. So that leaves everybody in the division on 12 games with 2 games remaining. Clonard are still on the top of the table. They have 20 points from their 12 games, with Crossmaglen just below that on 18 points. Silverbridge are in 3rd position with 15 points, and the Harps are in 4th on 12. Clevie then are in 5th position on 11 points, Modden just below that on 10, and then Greenmore and Drummondhee are in 6 and 4 points each, and they have both been relegated from Division 1A. In Division 1B then, Ballymacnab hosted St Peters on Thursday night, and St Peters secured their status in Division 1B with a 2-point victory. This sees the Lurgan men leap into 3rd position in the table, and while they have secured their safety, they're also in the promotion shake-up for the last couple of games as well. Niall McConville opened the scoring for the visiting side before Eugene Dorn doubled their advantage. Ryan Waters got the knob up and running with a free, which was soon cancelled out at the other end by Oisín Genesi. Barry Craney and Jack Rugan swapped scores to bring the scoring to a close for the opening period. St Peters led by 2 points when the short whistle sounded 0-4 to 0-2 at half-time. Waters closed the gap right after the turnaround, but McConville restored that 2-point lead for St Peters with another score. Substitute Conan Moore exchanged points with Kieran Hughes and Finian Maguire at the end of the game, and St Peters held on to see out a 2-point victory. Also on Friday night, the only other Division 1B game of the weekend, Cullaville likewise retained their status in Division 1B for next season as they saw off Mahary by 5 points. The Blues were ahead by 1 at half-time, 0-3 to 0-2, but stretched that lead to 0-10 to 0-5 by full-time. So the Division 1B table then, Mullabon have already captured promotion and the league title. They, despite suffering a defeat to St. Peter's last week, it was enough. They'd done enough already to earn promotion, and they are going up as the Division 1B winners. Again, like Division 1A, all the teams have played 12 games, and Mullabon have 19 points from them 12 games. Clonagale are in second place. They're on 15 points with St. Peter's, as I'd mentioned. They're just below that in third place on 13 points, with Cullaville also on 13 points, and they're in fourth place. St. Patrick's Cullyhanna are currently on 11 points, as are Mahary in sixth position. On the bottom of the table is Ballymacnab in seventh place. They have 8 points, and Sarsfields, who have already been relegated to Division 2A, they sit at the bottom of the table with 6 points. So basically, with Sarsfields being relegated, there's 3 teams that can join them. Ballymacnab on 8 points, and then Mahary and Cullyhanna are both on 11 points there. So one of them 3 teams are going to join Sarsfields in Division 2A next season. Moving on to Division 2A then, and Tullysarn picked up a third victory of the campaign. A third victory in 4 outings as they saw off Shane O'Neill's on Friday night. The pair drew when they last met just 3 weeks ago, with 1 point separating them this time around. A late goal from Tullysarn sharpshooter Mark McKeever looked to have earned a share of the spoils for the home side, but there was 1 play left and 1 twist left. Defender Barry Toner popped up to fist over what would prove to be the winning score. 2 points was the difference when the referee sounded the short whistle, with Tullysarn ahead by 2, 0-8 to 0-6. Shane O'Neill's pulled away in the second half to lead by 3 late on before McKeever levelled the game. Toner earned a victory for Tullysarn with the final score coming in injury time. Gavin Conlon top scored on the night with 0-7, while Mark McKeever nailed 1-1. Barry Toner grabbed 0-2, while Matthew Kiernan, Adrian Conlon, Kieran Mullen and James Madden all hit 0-1 apiece for the victors. Pearse Oaks climbed to the top of the Division 2A league table with an away day victory over Annachmore. The Oaks raced into a 7-1 lead by half-time and earned a 0-15 to 0-7 victory in the end. So Division 2A then, again, all the teams have played 12 games with the exception of Tullysarn and Grange. They still have a game in hand, both to be played, and that's obviously against each other. So the Oaks are at the top of the table. They have 17 points from their 12 games. Caircruppen are just below that then on 16 points. In third place are St. Paul's. They have 13 points, with Cady on 12 points just below that. Tullysarn then are in fifth position and they have 11 points, and they're just above Shane O'Neill's on the head-to-head. They're both tied on 11 points. Grange have 8 points and they're in 7th place, and they also have a game in hand, while Annachmore have been relegated. They are on 6 points after 12 games, and they're going down to Division 2B for next season. On Division 2B then, there was only one Division 2B game played on Friday night. Crossmaglen Seconds picked up the 2 points on offer when they hosted Clonmore, and the game was a dead rubber as the both sides had already been relegated. Still, the Rangers captured their 3rd win of the campaign, and their 3rd win on a trot with a 4-9 to 0-12 triumph. Ronan Studdard, Sean Hand, Pearse Hanratty and Johnny Murta all hit the net for the Rangers. So pretty much there's only one thing left to sort out in Division 2B, as Blake have already won the league, and Cross and Clonmore are being relegated. So everybody here again has played 12 with the exception of Darrenus and Tiernan Og. They have to face off against each other. They make up their fixtures. So Blake have been crowned champions. They beat Tiernan Og last weekend to claim promotion and the Division 2B league title. They sit at the top of the table with 12. After 12 games, they have 20 points to show. Wolf Tones are next in line, and they have 14 points, with Clonard and Seconds just below that on 13, along with White Cross, who are also on 13 points. Fifth in the table then is Derrynoose on 12, and Tiernover just below that on 12 as well. And then we have the already relegated duo of Crossmaglen Seconds and Clonmore on 7 and 3 points respectively, and they're both going down to play Division 3A football next year. So on to Division 3A then. Farkhill continued their outstanding form at the top of the Division 3A league table with a 10th win of the season. They saw off Middletown on home turf on Friday night to continue their push for promotion. In doing so, they've knocked Middletown out of the race for the top spot, and the best they can do now is to finish second. 2 goals from Conal McGill saw Farkhill land a 3-point victory on the night, finishing 2-8 to 0-11. Ballyhagan retained their spot in second place in the league table as they cruised a 10-point win over Lassummon. Mark Hughes claimed the all-important goal for the winners as they ran out 113 to 1-3 victors. Hughes was the top scorer on the night for Ballyhagan, and he hit 1-2, while Kevin McCann, JP McKeever and Mark McKenna all hit 0-2 apiece. Ben McQuaid, Ryan Raverty and Aidan Gallagher also got on the score sheet for Ballyhagan in that 10-point victory. College Land confirmed their place in the top 4 with as they picked up a 6th win of the campaign. Paul Doyle's side proved too strong for Earl on Friday night, and they picked up a 0-18 to 1-7 away victory. Elsewhere, Portmore secured their spot in Division 3A for another season as they overcame St Michael's. 3 points was the difference between the teams in the end, with Portmore winning 2-10 to 1-10. A first half goal from St Michael's kept them in touch, but it was Portmore who led 0-7 to 1-2 at the half-time break. Matty Walsh and Gary Traynor both raised green flags after the turnaround to see Portmore ahead by 3 at full time. In Division 3B, there was only one game in Division 3B this week, and this was a Division 3B2 game, as Clevie Seconds were 4-point winners away to Mullabrack, and they picked up a 0-10 to 1-3 victory. And of course, in Division 3B then, the league has pretty much been decided. So I will just run through the Division 3A league first. Farkhill are on top. Everybody has played 13 games in this league, so there's only one round of fixtures left. And Farkhill are on top with 20 points, with Ballyhagan below them on 19. Middletown then have 16 points, while College Land have 15 in 4th place. And Portmore have 12 and Arrogue are 9. While St Michael's are on 7 and Lassummon, who have already been relegated, are on 6 points at the bottom of the table. In 3B then, Thomas Davis were crowned Division 3B champions last week, despite suffering their first defeat of the season against St Peter's, while St Peter's they finished second in the table. O'Hanlon's are 3rd in the table on 13 points, and Darcy are bottom of the Division 3B1 table on 10 points. In Division 3B2, Claude are top of the table on 13 points. Mullabrack are on 10, along with Clevie Seconds. Madden have 2 points, while Killian sit at the bottom with 0 points. So that's pretty much our roundup for this week. Best of luck to all the Armagh teams in action this week. It's a big weekend for 3 teams. Obviously, the minors are in the All-Ireland minor final against Derry on Sunday in Omagh. So I'd encourage as many people as possible to get out and support the young lads. It's a big day for them and a big day for the county as well. Hoping to end a 15-year wait for some championship silverware at that grade. The Armagh Camogie team are, of course, out in their All-Ireland quarter-final against Roscommon on Saturday, and the Armagh ladies are also out on Sunday in their All-Ireland quarter-final, and they take on Mayo. So best of luck to all them teams competing this weekend, and we'll be back hopefully next week as we look ahead to Armagh's All-Ireland semi-final clash with Kerry, and I'm really excited to try to get a podcast sorted for that one. So we'll be out at some stage next week. Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and give us a follow on either YouTube or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. So to next week, thanks everybody for tuning in, and see you all then.
Harlan's through, he may go for it, still going, trying to barge his way through, goes to the shot, what a goal!
Arriving Rian O'Neill from an almost impossible angle, and that's the rousing scorer now we're looking for.
Connor Turbin kicks this one in. Oh, that's absolutely superb.